What's up? I'm Chase Wilson. I'm the guitar player for Sulfur. Right now we are on the Decade of the Swarm tour with Signs of the Swarm, Cane Hill, us, 156 Silence, and A Wake In Providence. This is Gear Master, so we're going to go over some gear here. I want to show off my Solar. This is the S17APP. It has Fishman Modern Fluence pickups in it, an Evertune bridge, push-pull knob for different voicings on the Fishman, three-way pull switch, and it's a 26.5 scale length. I've got the Poplar purple burst finish on it, which I was big fan of. It's got a 5-piece neck. It is a neck through. We've got the solar locking tuners up top, and the pickups are active, so it is battery powered. This guitar is awesome. Solar was, awesome enough to have me on the team. I'm very stoked to be on Solar Guitar's roster. And yeah, they're just awesome guitars. Awesome guitars. So I don't really switch between the bridge or neck pickup. I usually stay on bridge. And I don't really need the different voicing either. So this is just awesome to have the option. Usually I just turn tone, volume all the way up. I use Ernie Ball strings. I'm using 64 to 10. I usually just grab the 8-string pack and throw away the 74. And we tune in drop G. So all of our songs are in drop G. So luckily the Evertune has not failed me yet. I pull it out, it's always in tune, and even on the backup guitar I have it Evertune, so shout out to them for that. Awesome. So the backup I'm using on this tour is this LTD Deluxe. It's a MH1007, also Evertune bridge. So these actually came stock with EMG pickups, but I switched them out for the Tosin Abasi signatures. I am only using the one voicing on this, as I'm using the EMG wiring, so I don't switch between the voicings a whole lot, but the one voicing I do have does the job. Same thing on this one. I don't really switch between neck and bridge pickup. I usually just leave it on the bridge. For this one, there is no locking tuners, as you'll see. It's just standard, I believe standard ESP tuners, if I'm not mistaken here. Oh no, Grover, I'm wrong. But yeah, this one's awesome. This one's a 25-inch scale, also using Ernie Ball strings. On this one, I believe I use 54 to 10, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is all reliable when anything ever happens to the Solar or my main guitar that's being used. So this is the one I've always brought as a backup. So we did recently get sponsored by Quantum. This is the GTX and the BGXL. They were nice enough to send us some of these cases over for the Decade of the Swarm tour. Shout out Zach, he's fucking awesome. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I like having the open face vault versus something that's enclosed. It's just easy access, and honestly, they've been really reliable this tour, so shout out to Quantum for that. So I did build this rig before tour. It's my first time building a rig, so there are some things I want to change. She's not perfect, but she gets the job done. We are running a Waves router to our X32 here. That way everybody can use a phone app to kind of dial in their own mixes. They're kind of responsible for their own mixes every night, which is awesome. X32 is a game changer. I highly recommend it to any band using ears. Below that, we have our EWD Sennheiser wireless systems. These are awesome. Before Sennheiser, I was using a G90, the Line 6, the old one, and this blows that out of the water. I mean, the digital frequencies on this are super clear. I rarely get, I don't think I've ever gotten a cutout, to be completely honest. And we do have the antenna combiner right here, so that strengthens the signal and powers all of these. So we're only using one plug, saves us some room on the power conditioner that we have. Now, to the side of that, we're using 3 G4 units for our in-ear monitors, and we're also using a XSW unit that Christian uses for his ears as well. Those are great as well. Super strong signals. We're hoping to get rid of that XSW unit and just get another G4 because they sound so great, as well as get an antenna combiner for that. But as is, like, she works. Every show has been super clear in my ears. It's been awesome. As like I said, with the X32 paired with those, you get a clarity that's kind of unmatched. Now, as for guitar, I am running an HX Stomp in this drawer. Don't mind the wires. My cable management's not the greatest, but that's okay. She works. I'm just running DI to a patch bay in the back, and that patch bay goes to front of house. No cabs, no muss, no fuss. We plug in, we play, we're ready to go. So on the HX Stomp, I am using I believe it's the diesel stock head that is on there, as well as an IR that my buddy Michael from Reminiscence sent me. So shout out Michael, because that tone is amazing. I have a lot of low end. It doesn't sound empty or tinny. It sounds just really full. A lot of people actually mistake me for using like a Kemper or an Axe FX, and when I tell them it's an HX Stomp, it's kind of a mind blow to them. As for effects, I don't go really crazy. I usually use I believe it's a tape echo delay and a reverb on here that's stock. And then we also do use the pitch drop feature on this as well. We don't use the whammy like everybody else uses, because this does have such a great pitch drop module on it. So those are the main ones that we're running for Sulfur here, because there's only like really 3 patch changes throughout the entire set. Thanks for checking out my gear. I'm Chase Wilson from Sulfur. Check out new music coming out very soon. We are going into the studio right after this tour. Just kind of stay tuned for any future tours coming up.